We're here now with Paul Duffy. Yeah, you're aware of his plight recently, and what we're going to do now is we're going to actually fit him up with a Vanguardian 2 dual alarm bundle on his Vivaro. This is his main toolbox. This is Paul's vehicle that he uses to get in and around his jobs, and Vanguardian in essence provides protection for the toolbox and eliminates the time that a thief can operate around a van undetected. Why is that important? Because it's in that time that all the criminal damage to a vehicle is done. So although this isn't relative to Paul's case in the outset, this is where we start, and we can also go on to his tools in another episode of this. But let's show you what Vanguardian can do to help protect his van. In essence, we have 2 dual alarm. A dual alarm is a twin speaker outlet, as we've talked about, so you get a wider dispersion of sound from this product. We do a single alarm version, which we're not going to use on this particular project, but a single alarm version has a single speaker outlet, and the dual alarm has a 2 speaker outlet, and this creates a wider dispersion of sound. When you remove the base from your Vanguardian, you'll see inside we have 2 alarm cartridges. These alarm cartridges come with a tab that's attached here, and what you're going to do is you're going to pull the tab out. Unfortunately we did that a little bit early, but we'll do it on the second alarm, and that instigates the electronics, the power to the electronics. And once that's done, these are armed and ready to go. So what we do is we look at the van as a zone of protection. So it doesn't matter where you fit it, but where we always start is in a position like this. It's up high, it's a visible deterrent, it's in the face. Any attempt to do any door peeling, it's all here, so the thief knows what they're confronted with. So we always start there, but we've got customers that have had it fit here, and it works just as effectively all around the van. But up here, it's in the face, and it's wide dispersion of sound. So once you've separated your base from your cabinet, you're going to see there's an adhesive strip on the back protected with this cover. So that's going to be what we're going to attach first into this position here. But what's crucial is the fact that we need to use our 3M wipe. So if you give the van a bit of a clean with a cloth or in a jet wash, you still need to finish it off with your 3M wipe. So once you've opened this, take it out, and ideally you can start with a little rub. And even then, even when you think the van's clean, you'll be amazed at just how much muck and grime comes off. I mean, look at that on first wipe. So we'll try again, we'll do a bit more, and we'll just keep going. So ideally, like you say, you'll give it a wipe and you'll make sure that that's clean. What it demonstrates is you need to wash that area and clean it with your 3M wipe. Now once you've done it, all you've got to do now is you're going to peel off this surface. This exposes the adhesive underneath. This is a high-tack bond adhesive. It's fully waterproof and never sets, and it's fantastic for our product. So what we're doing, we're going to offer this up into this position here. We like to centralise it with the lens that's up there, the reflector lens. So when you're doing this, no point having a bubble float in there because the van could be on a slope. What you tend to do is you look at the lines of the van and you sight it through and try to get a perspective that's level to the sight of the van. Once that's in place, it's high tack, but you've still got to apply pressure. So this is the removal tool that we use to get the cover plate off, but it's also really useful as a tool to apply pressure. So if you hold it in your hand like this, all you've got to do is apply pressure over the surface area. And whilst we're doing this, it activates the adhesive molecules underneath. So just keep going backwards and forwards for a minute or two, just to activate these adhesive molecules. One across the top, down the edge here.
Does it react well to heat?
It does. Heat. It does. I mean, the temperature that it's being tested on is about 120 degrees. It's ridiculous. It's got high temperature, low temperature resistance, and heat does make it a little bit more pliable whilst you're applying it, but you don't have to warm the area up, so you can still do it. What's imperative is it's dry. So you want it dry, you want to give it the best possible chance for it to adhere to a dry surface. Once moisture gets underneath it, that's your killer there. So once it's done that and you've applied that pressure, you've now got a strong foundation that's nigh on impossible to get off. But what's interesting, Paul, is if you ever changed your van in the near future, all you've got to do to remove this base is you start with a pair of pliers in the corner, because if you tried getting it off in its entirety, you'd never get it off. So if you had the alarm attached, you're never going to be able to just simply pull it off. But if you want to remove the alarm and then transfer it to another vehicle,
like work in reverse.
Yeah, do it in reverse, but you get a pair of pliers in the corner and you'll start a tugging and peeling process. It takes a while to get it off, but this is our patented design with this upstand. It's our patented base technology that we've incorporated. It looks basic, but it's all designed with that action where we can remove it. Once we've attached this and we're ready to go now, all you've got to do is now effectively attach the cabinet. So put that in place. We're going to get our screws. There's no drilling, there's no screwing, and there's no wiring involved in this product, which means that we don't have to drill holes in the van, and it means it's uncomplicated. It means that when you get this, as any engineer, you can actually fit this yourself within 10 minutes. It's not going to take us literally 10 minutes to have this fitted and working. And of course, we're going to go around the other side and fit another one in a minute. Battery operated device. Batteries inside this product are simply AAAs. So we use an alkaline AAA for this product, and that actually gives us 6 months of standby operation and between 3 and 5 months on a trade van using it on a daily basis. Built into this product is a low battery indicator as well, so it'll alert you with about 3 to 5 days of power left in it before it depletes that the batteries need replacing, which is a really good feature as well that we have in this product. So how you can hear this is with this sound. And then when you hear that, you'll start to think, all right, I've got 3 to 5 days from which I need to replace my batteries, because if you leave it right till the end, it'll stop working. I mean, one good thing is you won't lose your visible deterrent, because being Vanguardian on the exterior of the vehicle will always provide you with that visible deterrent.
Yeah.
So a thief knows there's something on the van that's protecting it. But of course, the alarm is what's going to alert you when thieves are operating, and that's what's important. A lot of people ask us, and you might have thought it yourself, is why don't you put it inside the van? Well, it's quite obvious, isn't it? One, anything inside the van, you can't hear it. So we don't put any cartridges that go inside a van have already, one, destroyed the ability for it to be a visible deterrent, but then destroyed the ability for it to be a powerful, unimpeded alarm. It's a noise inside the van. Now that ain't a deterrent, is it? It's just a noise inside the van. If the only person that can hear it is the person that's breaking into it, that's not a deterrent. And of course, you've still enabled him then to do damage to the van. And if the only time that an alarm inside the van is worth its salt is when the door's open, then you've defeated the whole object.
Yeah.
So that's why at Vanguardian we don't advocate putting anything inside the van. So that's attached quite simply. All we do now is we take our omnidirectional sound refraction cover plate. It looks innocuous, but actually with sound diffraction, what this does is it increases the audible capacity of the alarm, and once it's locked in place, it covers up the speaker outlets and it provides us with 100% waterproof protection even in a power jet wash. So there's no issues of taking this into a power jet wash. So that just locks in place now, and we know that's only removable with your power tool. So once you've got your tool, that locks in place as and when you need to do on the end there. And to remove it with this tool, you just counterlever it off. So you push in and you counterlever it, pushing it that way, and it's exposed again. So if you ever need to remove it, then you've got to remove the screws. I mean, we know that Vanguardian is tamper proof, so once it's all in place, and if a thief thought that they'd try their arm and try to remove it, the first thing they're going to do is activate the alarm. So again, drawing attention to themselves. If a thief's adamant they're going to try to get it off and get aggressive, they've forgotten already that there's another one on the side, so they'll activate the other one on the other side. So that's the first one done. What we'll do now is we'll actually go fit the one on the side, and we'll complete this process, and then we can show everybody just how effective it is. Move this round here. Okay, so we're round at the side door now. It's a similar process as it is to the back door. We've got our dual alarm, and effectively what we're going to do is we're going to protect the whole of the side area with our dual alarm. So a nice central position is usually here, which is where we normally recommend. It has a double entendre as well, because we know this is a target for door peeling, and of course this is going to be in the face of a thief straight away. That's correct. So as we've explained before as well with our dual alarm, to get the base down, if you just simply tap it on the palm of your hand, it'll start to drop down. As you see inside, we've got our 2 electronic cartridges inside here. That's right. So it's quite simple. If you just ease it up a little bit from the seal, if you just ease it up again from the seal, you'll pull out your tab, you'll get a beep, and that's allowing the power to go to the electronics now. So again, lift up your tab, pull it out, and this is now armed and ready to go. So we'll just put that down for a second, and what we're going to do now is we're going to do, and like I say, our Vanguardian base. So we know we're going to put it on here, and we're always going to be aware not to get too close to that top ridge and leave a little bit of a gap for the tool to go in for battery replacement. And once we're happy that that's where we're going to be fitting it, we're going to use our 3M wipe again. 3M wipe, as I say, it's important we use this just to thoroughly clean that area. Now this looks like it's a little bit cleaner, so I'm hoping we'll get a better result this time.
Again, my apologies.
Look at that, it's like, yeah, absolutely. Mint. It's all on the back door, isn't it? So yeah. So there we go. I'll give that a wipe. Just wait for that evaporates so that it's not still damp or wet before you jump on that and fit that. It does evaporate really quickly. It's alcohol based. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to peel off and expose the adhesive underneath. Try not to touch that and contaminate it. Certainly if you drop it, you'll be lucky if you get stones and things stuck on it, so just try not to drop that. Again, line it up. Be careful when you're going to ready to do it. That's just about there. We're happy with that. And then we're going to take this tool. Again, do you want to do that?
Yeah,
I've shown you do it before, so you can no doubt apply that pressure. What that's actually doing is it's activating the adhesive molecules underneath the base, and it creates a strong lasting waterproof bond for our base to the vehicle. The adhesive tape that we use is specifically designed to be attached to paintwork on a van, so it doesn't damage the van paintwork at all, even after several years of use. So we have no problems with that.
How's that?
Yeah,
Is that good?
That's pretty good. That, yeah,
Thank you.
almost a professional.
First time.
So yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I'm even going to give you next bit of a job. We could make a team out of this, putting screws back in. So I'm sure that is quite above your station, but if you want to put them in.
It's been a while since I've touched a manual screwdriver.
In essence, what we've tried to create with this product is a quick, simple solution that cuts to the heart of the problem, and the problem being that we want to eliminate the time that a thief can operate around a van undetected. So in essence, thieves are getting away with a lot of the criminal damage that they're doing because we don't actually know that it's going on and taking place. So if with Vanguardian, once you fit, you actually get a zone of protection that'll activate on contact. And once Paul's finished fitting his Vanguardian, we'll quickly demonstrate just what that means and how effective that is. So, brilliant, great job. So we mentioned the omnidirectional sound diffraction cover plate. Now it comes out with every alarm that you purchase. This is included. So it comes out in a pin seal matte black finish, which actually is designed to fit a lot of trim on a vehicle so that it becomes blending in. But we can also colour code this to match the colour of any van. So if you wanted it in this magnetic grey or anything like that, you can order that and have it bespoke coloured as well, so it blends in with your vehicle. And effectively, again, all you're doing is locking it in place, and that's it, it's completed.
Awesome.
Great job.
Cool.
So all that's left for us to do is now quickly go through what happens with the remote control. We have a few subtle functions on here. So to arm Vanguardian, we effectively press this button. So your first lot of beeps are letting you know that it's receiving the signal,
Yep.
and that second set of beeps lets you know now that it's armed and ready to go. What does that mean? It means that if we touch the handle here, it activates a 2-second alert. It says this vehicle's protected, and what it does is it waits 10 seconds. So this, when I said it provides you with a blanket of protection around the zonal area, I mean that because if you come down here and start banging on this side, it'll activate the Vanguardian this side, and if this side activates them all. So it provides that protection, so if somebody is tampering with it, you're going to get these alert warnings. You're going to then follow up with the alarm that's going to be going off to get even more attention. It's not only going to, because it's powerful and unimpeded, it's not only going to alert you, but it alerts everybody else around as well. So more people are aware of any criminal activity.
Yeah.
And that's, as I say, in essence, we don't expect people to be coming out, but they might ring up, or they might ring the police, or they might make people aware. It puts heightened awareness. And all the while, the thief who's tampering with this, trying to get in or trying to remove it, is actually just effectively trying to remove this. This is his threat, and he ain't breaking into your van.
Yeah.
Now, the beauty of that is that we guarantee Vanguardian 100% from vandalism, damage, theft, or removal by a thief from your vehicle for life. We replace it for free.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, we replace it for free. So it's our pledge to anybody who purchases Vanguardian that we are there to protect you and support you, not only now but in the future as well.
Well, at least somebody supports us.
Well, that's right. It's a community, isn't it? We're trying to build a community. We're all in the same situation. We understand what's going on, and cost-effective solution like this, if you were interested in buying something like this, 2 units, £180 plus VAT, it's a great solution. An alarm that activates on contact to eliminate the time that a thief can operate around your van undetected. I'll just reiterate then, because I know that we've just fit Vanguardian on, and the actual van crime want a particular issue to you with this particular instance, but we can see how Vanguardian and where van crime starts, because it's like a two-pronged attack. And in our industry, in the trade industry, it starts with the criminal damage to the van, and in essence that can be more problematic than actually the fact that there's no tools in the van, because people don't know there's no tools in it till they broke in it.
Yeah.
And therefore the damage is done. The door peeling, the panel piercing, all that criminal activity that now needs repairing has far-reaching implications, doesn't it?
The premiums on the insurance are going up. It's the excess. It's
That's
just,
correct.
It's the stress.
Well, and it's not only that, what about the van off the road? Because if it needs a repair and
Week
the
off
van's
work.
off the road, you've either got 1, 2 or 3 weeks when you're without the vehicle.
Yeah.
And so therefore your income's then not being supported. So, and you can't claim that on insurance.
No.
Even though your tools were grabbed whilst they were out in the public there, which is, people that don't understand how joiners work, then this is, these platforms and the power saws that we use outside is how it's used, isn't it?
That's right. We've no other options.
And there's no other option. The dust is, a problem if it's inside, and so I know loads of engineers, particularly joiners, that actually have these saws outside. So that brings us on to another point about how do we protect that? How could we protect that whilst it's outside?
Yeah.
And we'd like to show you what we think could be useful for you going forward, how we can provide you with an alarm to help you protect them tools.
That's
whilst they're on the
awesome. That's
outside.
awesome.
So we'll set up your saw and we'll have a little look at that.
Yeah,
and
brilliant.
we'll see around it how we can use Vanguardian to protect that.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate
Pleasure.
it.
My pleasure. What I want to do is demonstrate with our Vanguardian single alarm how we can potentially protect this equipment whilst it's out and you've been using it whilst it's in the drive.
Yeah.
Now, this is our magnetic version of a single alarm, and what you can see here, we've got a great platform from which we can position it. I'll just go to this side and I'll actually just position it in this position here. So it's got the refraction cover plate on it. Eventually this will be screwed and attached securely to the stand. So we can not only use adhesive on that, but we can also put screws on it, because it doesn't really matter if this gets screwed with a self-tapping screw as well for additional security. where it's positioned there doesn't actually interfere with any of the workings of the saw. It can still function 100%. But what Paul's got now with this product is the ability to arm it and then be going in the house knowing that the equipment's still outside but now protected with an alarm system. Now if anybody comes up this time, it doesn't matter where they touch it, it's going to activate the alarm. If they continue and they're trying to pick it up, it's going to activate now for 30 seconds and continue to go off. What we've effectively done is we've created a deterrent for somebody, one, to stop taking this product, but also to alert Paul or anybody else who's working in that area that something needs attention. And so we feel that this is a great way of protecting tools and assets outside that are regularly used by heating engineers, by joiners, by anybody in the industry that understands that this kind of equipment is often used outside. We can also use this product on stacking toolboxes where most of your power tools are stored as well. We're now currently developing a soft alarm as well, which is like a clip. So we already own the patent for that, and once we're ready to release that, we're also incorporating a tracking mechanism. So we'll have tracking, we'll have an alarm for a camera equipment, for an analyzer, all really expensive equipment that's currently just unprotected. But if we can put an alarm and a tracking system on it, it'll just provide that protection and a chance of getting it back.
That would have definitely scarpered if it's in that.
Well, I agree, but also in essence, if you'd have been inside doing your job of work, which you probably would have been at some point, fitting a worktop, this might have been unattended for like 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
And if this hadn't have had an alarm on it, you would have guaranteed that that had gone, and they'd have probably tried your van as well without any protection on it again, and that would have potentially cost you even more.
Exactly.
So we're really happy to be able to set this up for you as well, so that you've got this product in future. I know I can feel it. I can feel the gratitude from you.
It is. It's fantastic, mate. It's overwhelming. It really is. I can't believe what you've done for me. It's brilliant.
Well, we're here to support everybody in the trade, and we mean that. And if you've suffered from van crime and you're legitimate and you've suffered that instant, if you want to come and contact us, we'll try and help you out as well. That's what we're here to try to do, to try and help engineers stave off van crime so that they can get out and earn a living and provide for the family, and that's what we're trying to do. Another great point that's worthy of mentioning about the Vanguardian is we have a lightning button function on here as well, and although Paul confronted the perpetrators, and rightly so, because anybody would, if he was in fear of confronting anybody, what this button does, it activates the alarms on the product automatically. So without confrontation, these alarms could be activated without even leaving the property, just observing from a distance and creating the deterrent without them even touching the product itself. So it's just worth noting that this is a really useful function that we have with Vanguardian. So just to make sure that Paul can fold this all away and put it back in his vehicle and show that Vanguardian fits perfectly on this particular stand, do you want to just put that away, Paul, and then we'll just showcase the fact how easy it is to put it away. Lovely. I got set up on a job once with my gazebo to promote Vanguardian and locked myself out at 8 o'clock in the morning. First thing as I got there, I'm like, oh, you. Anyway, don't get that on film.